Hey guys, I'm McGibbon back here from the video, guys. Today I'm gonna go get my predictions for MUT 21 MUT Master, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe button. But guys, over the last 3 years, we have seen, what's his name? Ryan Shazier, Pat Tillman, and Sean Taylor being MUT Masters. We've also seen going back to MUT 16. We had Odell Beckham. We also had Richard Sherman. So we've had a lot of more defensive players that feel like than offensive players, MUT Master wise. So I honestly do believe they're going to continue the trend of MUT Master being a defensive player. Now, all the defensive players so far in MUT Master have been legends that no longer are in the game or no longer playing on the field right now. So again, Sean Taylor doesn't play anymore. He obviously RIP Sean Taylor. Pat Tillman does not play anymore. We don't have what's his name? Ryan Shazier was technically playing, but then he got hurt, so he couldn't play. So we've seen all of these MUT Master players being players that aren't playing. Now, the reason why is because they want to go ahead and give a MUT Master a player, whoever gets MUT Master, right, is not going to be getting a legend card into the very, very end of the year. We're not going to be getting a card into the very end of the year because it wouldn't make sense. So therefore, like for example, let's say they gave it to, I don't know, Patrick Mahomes. Wouldn't make sense. He's going to have a fantastic season. He's going to upgrade throughout the season. He gets upgrades throughout the season. It wouldn't make sense for him to have a MUT Master card, right? So he's not going to get a MUT Master card. Who's going to get the MUT Master card? Well, it has to be legend, and I'm going to guess most likely, personally speaking, it's going to be a defensive legend. So I have like 3 different predictions on who I think it could be, and I'm going to kind of give my opinions based on the fact of, what EA might be thinking. Because EA wants to sell packs, okay? They want to sell packs, and the best way to sell packs is going ahead and making these Ultimate Legends players people want. So, for example, we're not going to get Michael Vick. We're not going to get Calvin Johnson. Because those positions, those are players that EA wants to sell packs at. They want to sell, packs for those positions and those players. Those are big moneymaker players. Randy Moss is another example. Jerry Rice. These are players that a lot of people will spend thousands on thousands of dollars to get these cards. So, first off, I was thinking about, okay, so if we keep to the defensive side, I don't think he's going to be a defensive lineman. I honestly don't, just because of the fact that I think defensive lineman, it wouldn't be much of a payoff, to grind all the way there to get a defensive lineman. Now, what we have seen is players people want to user. So, Sean Taylor, obviously Pat Tillman, and Ryan Shazier, all players people want to user, right? So, it's user players. So defensive linemen really wouldn't hit that criteria, personally speaking. So now that we have all limiting factors to obviously strong safety, free safety, linebackers, and cornerbacks, who could it be? Well, my first prediction, reason why I'm going to say this is because Lamar Jackson is the cover. So who else could it be than Ray Lewis? I think Ray Lewis could definitely be a guy they go ahead and make big MUT Master for MUT 20, MUT 21. I could definitely see it because, again, he's going to, first off, he's going to be a player a lot of people want. He's going to be a player a lot of people go after. And this year, I believe, he had a captain card that could get up to a 99 overall. So it's the same concept as this year, but for next year with MUT Master, continue the process of making it a MUT Master 99 overall Ray Lewis. And again, a card where a lot of people will go after is right here. Now, the next guy I was thinking about, right, is when you think of Lamar Jackson, what do you think of? You think of flashiness, right? You think of someone who is like, he's someone who's going to make a play, a big play, kind of like a Hollywood type player. So I was thinking, okay, who would be a Hollywood type player that we could possibly have? And actually, I don't see him right here, so I'm going to type his name in. And I think I'm going to have to go ahead and change from Ultimate Legends. And I think he doesn't have an Ultimate Legend. But, of course, it's going to be Ed Reed. Ed Reed is the next player I could think of. Because, again, just like Lamar Jackson, actually better comparison to Lamar than, of course, someone like Ray Lewis is Ed Reed. Ed Reed was a ball hawk. He was one of the best at his, actually, in my opinion, best. I know some people, Troy, there's comparisons. But he was the best at his position. He was elusive. He was fast. He was agile. It was impossible to know what he was going to do. Literally, Lamar Jackson on defense was Ed Reed. So that could be another option. Again, staying with the Baltimore theme, we have a Baltimore quarterback at the cover. Make it a Baltimore player on defense as the Mutt Master. We had the cover athlete and we had the Mutt Master defensive player. That's what my first two thought processes were. Those two players. Because again, makes sense. Baltimore. Keep it everything Baltimore. Next play I'm going to go ahead and go to. Now I'm going to go into some players that it could be, but also it's, let me give you my thought process on them. So first off, LT. One reason why I say LT is because LT is one of the most favorited players by all of Madden players. Everyone loves LT, okay? Everyone loves him. Now, the thing that I think it might not be LT for is because he also is probably the number one player in selling packs. I think Randy Moss might be number one, number two, Night Train Lane, and number three might be LT. So that's another thing that I don't know if EA wants to go ahead and make it LT because of the fact they have to go ahead and sell packs. And if they have him as Mutt Master, how are they going to sell packs? I mean, they can, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult for them. And I don't think they're about the challenge life. So I think LT would be a great option, but they want to make money off this guy. And if they have him Mutt Master, they cannot make money off of him. I mean, they could release his card again, like at the very end of the year, but it wouldn't be the same. So another guy I do not think it could be, but I don't know. Next guy I was thinking about is Patrick Willis, kind of like the Ray Lewis clone, but for the 49ers. It could definitely be P. Willie. This is another Mutt favorite, a Mutt fan favorite, obviously, because of course he is a user beast. He is a monster. When he played in real life, obviously, and now he is retired. Like, again, a player who isn't playing could be a possibility. Patrick Willis could definitely be up there. He definitely is one of the monsters of the defensive players. So I could see them doing that. But again, he is another player that they're going to want to go ahead and make some money off of. Another option I was thinking about was Deion Sanders, obviously, because Deion is another fan favorite. Could keep on to that. I know I'm looking at Champ Bailey, but I'm saying Deion Sanders is a fan favorite, and he could be a player to go after. And the last player I want to go ahead and look at, is actually probably Brian Dawkins. And the reason why is because, again, like, he does sell packs, but I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like it would be a good option for EA. Just because, again, like, I think, like, Sean Taylor, a lot of people love Sean Taylor. Pat Tillman, I don't know as many people could put him up mass for Pat Tillman. And obviously Ryan Shazier. I just feel like the hit power in B-Dog's Weapon X plus the speed, I don't know. I figure a lot of people would like B-Dogs. Tell me down below, though, guys, your prediction on who do you want to be Mutt Master. Obviously, my prediction is going to be a defensive player. If it is an offensive player, who knows? Maybe it would be Terrell Owens. Maybe it would be, it wouldn't be Randy Moss. I don't know who they would do for offense. Just because I feel like, it's just like a defensive thing, especially with a quarterback being the cover. We saw Patty Mahomes being the cover, defensive position, obviously, for the Mutt Master and Pat Tillman. So if they did an offensive player, that would be interesting to see. Again, it would have to be a retired player, and it wouldn't be a quarterback most likely because that would take away from the guy. It wouldn't be offensive lineman. So, I mean, they could do Rob Gronkowski, but he was Mutt Master before. So, I mean, it would be kind of like a cloning of a Mutt Master that already was a Mutt Master. Also, I think he was also the cover athlete. So, it would be kind of giving him too much. Jerry Rice wouldn't be bad. Again, though, that's the thing is we have to keep in mind there's a level master and there's a Mutt Master. Level masters, obviously, could be Jerry Rice, could be Randy Moss, could be Rob Gronkowski. But Mutt Master obviously is a little bit different, and obviously we have all Grandmaster like we have in the past. We haven't this year, but in the past we could see a Night Train Lane. That's another play I was gonna say is Night Train Lane. But again, like I said, I think Randy Moss, Night Train Lane, LT, Deion Sanders, those are all the guys that EA, when they release them in the game, EA's like money. Like they make so much money off that. And again, I don't think it's going to be a running back, because running backs are usually the, I mean, this year we did have a Torrey Holt as the level master, but I kind of feel like it would be, yeah, that's the thing. It's just so, it would be weird to be an offensive player. So I'm going to strictly say I think it's a defensive player. You can tell me down below, though, your thoughts and opinions, guys. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you think it's going to be an offensive player? Do you think it'd be defense? And which defensive player you're going to go with? My prediction is Ed Reed. I think it's going to be Ed Reed, and it's going to be Lamar Jackson as the cover. And I think that's going to be really what they sell on. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next one. Peace out.